tutorial will show how to use the Brightboard menu and the code blocks it contains inside the MakeCode code editor to create and download programs to change the colors of the LEDs on the Brightboard. You will need to know how to download a program from the MakeCode editor to the microbit, and also how to add the Brightboard menu to the MakeCode editor environment. If you're not sure how to do those things, you should watch the tutorials that cover them first. We'll start by creating a simple program to change all of the LEDs on the Brightboard to a single color. If we go to the Brightboard menu, we can see there's a code block here that seems to do just that. Set all pixels to the color specified. So we can drag that code block into the onStart code block, which will change all of the colors of the LEDs on the Brightboard when the program starts to run. But there's one thing we'll need to be careful of. Many of these code blocks that change the colors only write their changes to a buffer, an area of memory inside the microbit. To actually view those changes on the LEDs, we will need to use the show block. The reason for that is sometimes we want to use several code blocks in a row to change some pixels here and some pixels there, but we don't want to show all the changes until they've all been made. If you're not sure whether you'll need to use the show block after you make changes to the pixel colors, you can hold the cursor over the block that makes the changes. That will bring up a description of the function of the block and tell you whether a show block is required to view those changes on the pixels. We can see here that we need the show block. So let's try downloading our program. And sure enough, that made the pixels all turn red. We could change them to green if we want and download the program again. And there they are. These pixels are very bright and can be a little hard to look at. We can change that by using the Set Brightness block on the Brightboard menu. It allows us to choose a value that ranges from 0 to 255, and I'll pick something in the middle here. 115 seems fine. And if we download our changed code, we should see that the brightness dims a bit and it's a bit easier to view the colors on the pixel. We only need to use the Set Brightness block once at the beginning of our program, and that will set the overall brightness of the LEDs on the Brightboard for the entire time the program is running. Now that we've seen how to set all of the pixels on the Brightboard to the same color, let's look at a code block that lets us set them individually. The second Set Pixel block lets us choose any pixel we want. There are 12 of them, labeled 0 to 11, and set it to the color we select by clicking on the color oval. So we could set pixel 6 to yellow, pixel 0 to red, and pixel 8 to purple. And download our code. And there we go. We've changed some individual pixels on the Brightboard.